Jocelyn McClellan here with Fit Mission Makeup, and I'm bringing to you a look that you are going to love. If you are getting older, which you should raise your hand because that's all of us, and if you're starting to notice the change in your skin, this is going to help you out. I am a true believer that cream foundation can change lives. No, but really. The powders, the liquids, it just doesn't add to your skin like a cream foundation can do for you. And I'm gonna walk you through easy, awesome tips that is going to revamp your makeup routine and make you look and feel young again. So, I swear to you, I have seen some amazing looks with women whose skin have become youthful and come alive, all from using a cream foundation. Now, I really have enjoyed and loved the outcome that I have seen Maskcara Beauty bring to this look with their 3D foundation. And so I'm going to use it today to show you these tips and tricks just for you. So stay tuned, come with me, watch this baby, and if you like what you see, watch some more. And here's a little tip for you. On June 7th, over on Facebook, I will include the page down below, but I'm going to be having an event that it's just a tutorial for mature skin and more detail than what I can bring here to this video. So if that's something that entices you, you can join that group and watch that. If you're catching this after June 7th, 2018, it's okay because you can still be added to that page and you can see what I talked about there. So here we go. Here's the tutorial for mature skin, and honey, it fits all of us. What is mature skin and who has mature skin? Well, honey child, I don't know, but I do know if you feel like you have issues where you are starting to get those fine lines and wrinkles under the eyes, or more advanced as you get older and older, you will qualify for mature skin. Heck, I'm 35 and I got mature skin. Maybe it's in our soul, maybe it's our age. Maybe I'll never be there because I'm as old as I feel. 18. Okay, no, more than 18 because there's wisdom that comes with that all. So let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna start out with just a couple tips for you. One thing I like to do when I start my application is you can prime. There's primers that are solid for mature skin. There is setting sprays. I like to apply setting spray before I start, and I put it on a beauty blender so that I get it on all evenly. And then once it's dried, I will apply the makeup. You wanna make sure that you get it under those eyes good, so it kind of helps the makeup stick and adhere to it. But if you feel like you have bigger pores or you feel like you have wrinkles that need addressed, then honey child, there are primers for that. All right, let's get started. One of my favorite things is I like to go in with a darker color for mature skin, solid. You need to make sure you're not going in with a lighter color. If you go in with a lighter color with mature skin, it sits in those fine lines and wrinkles. No matter your age, it's gonna sit there. They sit there because as you create movement with all the faces that we make, the movement creates the lighter color to go into those wrinkles, and then when you're moving or not moving that face, it just sits there. When you go in with a little bit darker color, it doesn't show, and it's awesome. So I'm gonna take this brush right here. This is the B2 Squared Blush and Bronzer Brush. So B2 Squared, that's easier to say. I'm gonna take the lip and cheek side. This is the cheek side, bronzer side, cheek side. Kids, this is a tip that you're gonna love. Okay, I take this side and I'm gonna go in with my darker color, hands down solid, and I'm just going to dab it in there. We wanna have those dabbing motions because those motions right there are what help our skin to not have as much movement, which we want. If you're pulling on your skin, especially the older that you get, if you're pulling on that skin and then you go and move it, it makes it so that you are creating those wrinkles, it's not getting in there. So we're gonna dab on that darker color on your face, okay? And we will have key areas that we go in with a lighter color, but it's in a little bit different placement than right directly under your eyes. So I will tell you the difference. You can try both methods and see which one works best for you. So I'm gonna get this right on. And if you are having issues with acne, cover those bad boys and just let it sit there. Now, tip for you. When you have more mature skin, the older we get, the more our skin dries out with menopause or anything like that. And you just might have dry skin. That might just be how you roll. The other key trick with going in with the darker colors, it's gonna help that. And when we press it in versus sweep it, when you sweep it, you're lifting up that dryness. And when you press it, you're just keeping it in the place that it already is. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with my lighter color and I'm gonna show you the difference of the two things you can do to test it out. Are you ready? Okay, before I do that really quick though, before I forget, I wanna make sure when you're going in with two colors too, you take that perfector sponge, that beauty blender, and you're dabbing ever so softly. It's okay to try it with that wet side from the setting spray. You're dabbing it ever so softly to make sure you're pulling off any excess colors, because when you get too much and you have that mature skin, it makes it so that there's more movement in the face with the coloring, and we do not want this product to be too thick. You don't want this product to be too thick either, especially for all the comments that I get from others. They feel like they wanna have like light wear and not a heavy cakey makeup, which we don't want that either as we get older, because that just more ages us than makes us look younger. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my two different methods for my highlight. This is if you feel that you don't have a ton of wrinkling, you can go in under your eyes and feel free to try this. But I'm doing an upside down triangle that's taking this whole face. All right here, and notice that I'm dabbing it in place as well, and I'm not sweeping and creating a ton of movement. So I'm going in with that lighter color under my eye, and if needs be, if you have a darker chin and you need to lighten it up, then I'm going in with this lighter color to match up with my neck, okay? Now the other method you can do, which we can address it more once we get our contour on, because that's what gives you that extra pop. But with this end of the brush, this is the Detail Hack brush that Maskcara carries. I am obsessed with their brushes. I 100% recommend them. Whatever product or makeup you use, I solely recommend them for how long their shaft is and how tight each of the bristles are. 100% recommend them. Now, one thing that you can do is, instead of going under the eye, you're going to come right here. This is where we all don't have as much wrinkling. So I'm going to show you this right here pulls in a pop of color. And once I get it all done, I'll show you it one more time because it makes all the difference. Just by adding in that lighter color here, above where we have this wrinkle from, you know, scowling at our children, whatever. We're gonna go right above that, right in here, and that's gonna lighten it up. And then we're gonna do right here, because these are the areas that have the least movement, and it's gonna give you that perfect solid highlight. Now to contour, don't be scared of contouring. The older we get, the more we lose all this in our face. So we want to take those cheekers, pop them up, and give the illusion that we have cheekbones even though we might be losing them, which is me. Okay, so I'm getting contour only in one side of the brush. I'm not doing it on the whole thing, just on one end of the brush, because I'm going to now take and lift where I can feel where my cheekbone is, and look, it sets it right in place, right where I want it. It's right under the cheekbone, and then I can go in and blend it out. Now, you can do this as heavy as you want or as light as you want. One thing I 100% recommend though is to not go inside this line. This is where we hollow out and lose the elasticity in our skin, and it sinks in. When you put your contour too far in, that is where it shows, and you wanna stay outside of your smile lines. So we're not gonna go inside there. If you go inside there, that's the joy of the cream foundation, is that we can wipe it out and before we set it and have a little bit of movement there. And then on the other side as well, We're going to pop it. See, I don't even have to look in the mirror because I can feel where that is. And then blend it on in. Okay. Now we want to highlight around our face, but we don't want to do too much. And we're framing our face and we're giving it the illusion that it's thinner and more defined. So just up at the top of our hairline, you don't want to leave yourself with a streak across your forehead, so make sure that you blend that out and blend up to the hairline. And if you get too far down, it's okay, because we can add that highlight in right there and then sponge it out in case we get too much. And again, if you are starting to get jowls, we want to make sure that we're creating that line right directly under the chin and not on the chin. If you are like my family genetics, where the chin, it has chin and chin, and it goes all the way there, then that's okay. We would just want to be more careful with placement and not to go too thick, and we can ride it on down. We just want to make sure that this is used very sparingly under the neck and not too heavy if you have family genes like that. Now I'm gonna go in really quick and address those little acne marks that I usually don't have, but they tend to be coming into my life right now. But we want those taken care of, and I'm gonna set them with a powder just to make sure. Now with acne marks, you wanna go in with that darker color, not that lighter color. If you feel like you need a little bit of lighter color after, you can tap that on top, but take care of the redness with the darker color, because that darker color is helping combat the redness. So we don't wanna go in light because it actually makes them stand out more, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna press these ever so softly into place. All right, so we have that done. If you feel like you wanna contour your nose, then you're just gonna ride this along the sides, not to go too far down. And then again on this side, blend it out. Again, if you go too far down, then you can just take that lighter contour and bring it back up. So I'm shaping my nose and giving it a killer glow. So I'm taking that lighter color right now on the side just to make sure I don't go too far down. And then it's down the nose, like so. Just like that. Now, depending on what your preference is, you can add some bronzer if you'd like. And we have a really awesome bronzer. It's a cream bronzer, which keeps that youthful glow. The importance with more mature skin is we're losing the lust in our face. We're not so shiny bright. Light shines bright everywhere we go. Okay, so I'm gonna just softly take my bronzer and ever so softly, you put it where the sun would hit and warm up the face. You do not put it where you contour. It is not to be treated like a contour. It is to add color, beautiful color to our face, especially if we're trying to sit outside of the sun. Now this makeup has really good coverage for if you have sunspots, hyperpigmentation, melasma, whatever you want to call those freckles, spotty things on your face. It has really good coverage for that. You can also go down your neck, especially if you're trying to stay out of the sun. This gives you that nice warm glow. And then I will go ever so softly on my nose. And if I feel like I want to add more color to my face after, I just pull whatever is on the brush after, so I'm not making my face go too crazy. Now it's time for the lip and cheek. If you want not too bright of a lip and cheek, Hollywood is such a beautiful color. This is a coral pinky color, and it is beautiful. I just pop it on my finger so I'm in control of placement. And then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go in with that blush and bronzer brush. So see, I use that bad boy a lot. Those two, the Detail Hack brush and the blush and bronzer brush, are your best friend. And honestly, this is the softest brush I've ever used. Like, your face will feel like Little puffs of clouds are just sitting on top of it. That's what we need, right? We need to pamper our little cheekers. See that? It just adds such a beautiful, beautiful glow. This makeup does not need to look heavy, and this is where it has that cream, it's not making you oily, but it's making your skin just come alive. It's that second skin that you need that is so, so beautiful. Now for your lips, you can do two things. The harder the lip, the brighter the lip, the more you have a likely chance of getting your lipstick to bleed, and that's what we don't want. So if you need to have and want to have a lip color, I recommend going in with more of a nude, a lip liner. I like to take this lip and cheek that Maskcara carries, and I line my lips with it. You can do the wider side or the smaller side, whichever you choose. But I line those lips because it's nice to have it have an ending point, and then to help with any bleeding going on. And if you notice, my whole face is in this compact. My eyes, I've already done my eyes, but my eyes are on the top part, and the rest of my face for this Maskcara's line, for Maskcara's foundation, their foundation is called a 3D foundation because it makes your skin come alive. So I 100% recommend this makeup for your skin. Okay, so I'm just putting on my lip color. It's more nude. And then I like to take that beautiful, I don't put too much on of the nude. I like to take that beautiful Hollywood color again, and this just clicks into that compact, but I wanted to show you. I get that right there on my lips, tap it in place, and kind of stretch your lips out so that it's helping get any of those lines in your lips. And then I like to finish it off with just a little bit of a gloss, because here's the thing. We have been known to think that matte, everything matte is the answer, because too much shimmer is not good for mature skin. Here's the thing with that. The more matte you use, the more dull your face looks. With your eyeshadows, it's really important that you use a color that has a titch of a glisten to it, but not too heavy of a shimmer. So using a color that, I wanna pull one. Okay, I'm gonna pull a matte, and I'm gonna pull this other color. So let's see if you can see it. So this is a matte color right here. This is called Bubba. This is a matte color, and matte is awesome. I recommend setting your eyes with more mattes than anything, but topping it off with some taps of just a little bit of sheen. This is another color. This one's called Fin. See how it has just a little bit of glow in it? I hope you can see that. We'll find out soon. But just having a little bit of sheen is important, but you don't want one that's too much. That frosty, white, pinkish, blue tint to it is not, we don't want that. This one has just a bit, and I like to take these colors when I'm done with my eyes, and I just grab my brush. And you wanna remember with your eyes with mature skin that you're just tapping it into place. The more you create movement in your eyelid, the more your wrinkles start to show. But so ending with just little taps of a color that has just a titch of sheen to it helps your eyes not have that matte, because that matte's actually gonna highlight all those wrinkles in our eyes. We wanna make sure though, when I say shimmer, I'm not talking about a maxed out shimmer. It's a very basic shimmer, and it's okay to have some. We just wanna make sure that most of the colors on our eyes are a matte, and then just add one or two little shimmers to it. So I'll usually go in with one shimmer on this part of my eye, and then I'll go in with a lighter shimmer, right, like so, something like this. And if you notice, I just tap softly into the makeup. This isn't the kind of makeup where you have to swirl like this and then load up your brush like that. That's not what we want. What we want is just tap, a couple taps Make sure you don't get too much, and that's how you don't create fallout. Fallout is, with this makeup anyways, fallout is when you have got your brush so loaded up that when you put it on your eyes, it's just going everywhere. So we want to barely, I'm gonna take all that up, tap, tap, and put it in there. Another tip for you too is eyeliner. One of the things that you can do is just putting eyeshadow as your eyeliner, because as we get older, we know we start to shake a little bit. But even if you're not older, it is more of a natural, beautiful look by going in with an eyeliner. And when your eyelashes start to become more sparse, we're going to come up under the waterline, come up under that waterline, and making sure you're getting your color here. By drawing out the eye right in there, that's actually opening up those eyes, because a lot of times we're gonna start getting hooded eyes. That's gonna open it up and make your eyes pop even more. So you don't have to go all crazy with an eyeliner. Just extend this line out starting on the bottom lash and build your way up so it's not shifting down. One more tip with your eyes is to make sure that you're getting outside of the brow, of the brow bone. So where we sink in with hooded eyes, if you apply a shadow right on the bone and extend it out, that is going to make your eyes look more open and not so hooded. It's really important to not go all the way up to your brow, to leave that empty, but to get it out onto that brow bone. Oh, it looks so good. And key tip for you, if you like to raise your brows and you do your makeup like this with brows raised, try not to raise your brows, because by the time you set them back down, it's not outside on your brow bone anymore. It's tucked up deep into those eyelids. I learned that the hard way. I was doing my makeup and I'm like, sweet, I mastered my eyes. I left my house and I came home and I'm like, why does it look like I don't have any eyeshadow? And I raised my eyebrows. Oh, it's because I did it with my eyes like this. Just a little tip for you. All right, so there's some key tips for you with your mature skin. Like I say, anybody, but I just want to draw attention to those and make sure, again, I wanted to address, when you finish, if you feel that you need to add those lighter colors in here, do so. If you don't want to go, if you feel like you're getting too many wrinkles, go in with just right in here and wake up that eye so that then you're not addressing all of those wrinkles in there. We're gonna make sure we set this now with a powder, and powders are awesome, but you need to make sure that your makeup under your eye is not heavy, and you need to make sure that your powders aren't heavy either. I do like Maskcara's powder. There are some other powders that I recommend for mature skin as well, but I love that this powder isn't too heavy. I know there's a lot of powders out there that are. This skin is more fragile, so we need to go lightly and softly. So I'm taking that sponge and I'm getting the powder on it, and I'm just gonna softly press it into place under my eye. Make this face to move those wrinkles around and dab ever so softly in place. And then the last thing is that setting powder that I was using before. When we have dry skin, you're gonna have things on your face that some are dry, some are not. Under our eyes is usually where that shine is gone, and we wanna add a little bit of shine, but we feel like we will look too oily everywhere else. So here's my tip for you. I cover my eyes, I spray the spray, I make sure that it's blended, or it's patted in evenly. See, I got some on my chin and everywhere, but on my chin, down my nose, and on my forehead, those places for me get more shine to them, and I don't want them to be. So I'm going to take my powder in those areas, oops, and I'm going to just press the powder right in there so that I do not have, I don't get shiny there, but I want to have that shine under my eyes. So pressing it into my forehead, and then my makeup is set. And that is how you get your look for mature skin. So just to wrap it up real quick, we covered some awesome tips for you. You wanna make sure that with that mature skin, you are not using too much product and you're getting those key components in the right spot for perfect success. I'm Jocelyn McClellan with Fit Mission Makeup, here to help you with all your makeup needs. If you have any questions, you can find me at fitmissionmakeup.com, and guess what? I am live in action on my Instagram account all the time over at Fit Mission Makeup there. So that's where you can find me. If you need anything, let me know. Have a great day and we'll see you next time.